All right. What do we got going on? Just got back from a good long walk with the dogs. And yeah, not a heck of a lot going on. We see we had wrong one, pretty positive move up in the market today. Um, doesn't really didn't really help us on closing anything else out. That's your main markets that they're showing you. I always look at it as kind of disinformation, but do have this ADI that keeps on creeping. This thing really took off this week. Uh, it opened down here at like 149.64 and it's up at 160. I have no idea what they do. I don't think we've ever traded analog devices before. Not in any of these accounts, at least. It'd be rare. But it looks like it moved its dividend up. Um, you know, it's a pretty pricey one at 160. So, based on a small account, max shares on this one's probably, let's take a look. Yeah, 13. So there's many different ways to play it, but what we're doing anytime that we are training new people on these systems, what we're trying to do is show you that staying small is important and try to make as many occurrences as possible, but at least have a good baseline full of high yielding lower price stocks that don't really move that much, or what we like to focus on is CEFs. You get those numbers up and you have the positive income coming in all the time. So to reiterate from this morning, it looks like dividends paid today is only $1.20, but the dividend accruals are up to $514.37. They're still payable. Let's look at so we're still above that $70 average. Now this is on about 120 to 125K account total. So there's 3 accounts here. They come up to 120, but the numbers are still the same as far as the percentages go. So like if you trade one account, with 25 in it, and you can average anywhere from 15 to 25%. Of course, market conditions dictate that, right? Now, you notice I'm not picking stocks here. I'm not telling people what to buy. What we're doing is we're looking at numbers. That's all we concentrate on. First off, you got to make sure, well, from our perspective, we want no less than $1.20 per share per year. Okay, so when you get up into these high dollar portfolios, if you can manage a small account, the large ones, it's the same thing. It's just a different scale. So, like the overall accounts, these are things that we don't really pay attention to. The overall account is up 3. This particular portfolio is up 330, but it's constantly changing with movement and price, right? It means nothing. You got to remember what your unrealized gains are and your realized gains. So we haven't profited anything on any of these ones that are sitting in the account. It's just a number until you actually act on it. So don't worry about, these ones that are down here would be a loss, So if you took a loss of $4 on one share, you'd lose $4. That's what it's down, right? We don't take losses. We're in these for life. When we buy something, we buy it for the rest of the stock's life, the underlying life. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. You're going to get paid dividends. So all these accounts, you may have something that sits in there for 20 years and never comes up and hits this red line. Maybe it just floats around in the middle here, just collecting dividends the whole time. And you say, well, isn't that a waste of money? I was like, well, the point is it can pay for itself if you leave it there. And good point. I like to focus on, these are kind of oddballs. Let's go over here to SLVO. I was talking about this the other day and trying to get people to understand, like these values change, right? So we use the rule of 72. So 72 divided by 29.9 takes you 2.4 years to double your money approximately. So if we take a look, what's this one paying? Well, it's up to 30.9. So the price is obviously down on the day, right? Because your price, right, your actual price at 638 is responsible in part with your dividend amount to come up with that 30.9%. So you're looking at next month. See, it just paid us, I don't even remember what it was, something like maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks, somewhere around there. But whatever the dividend amount was. Now this can change, right? So it's showing 30.9, but now look in July, it's paying 22.32 and then 24 or 0.2472. That's basically 25 cents per share. That's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, people sit there and say, well, you can't ever make any money off stuff like this. And it's like, okay, you just don't look around hard enough, or you think, it's a cheap stock, and you're told by all the gurus that they're not to buy them. So you're going to make 33 bucks in a month, right? $1 a day just to hold. So now this one's been in this account for quite some time. Like I'm talking probably more than 10 years. See, our average cost is $12.90 and it's down at $6.39. Well, this thing is paid for itself. You know, making these kinds of dividends, you just look at that rule of 72. If you held it for 5 years, it's paid for itself four times, 2.4 years to double your money, right? Now that's, of course, as long as it continues to pay the dividend. Now these dividends move around. You know, I've seen them, you know, as low as 6 cents. Now this one's, I see September is 11. Now these aren't carved in stone either. They change. That's just an estimate. So that's just one. You start looking at these, you want, if you're just starting out your portfolio, you need to concentrate on things like this. You know, look around and go to like CEFs, right? That's closed-end funds, and look and read and understand what you're buying. Okay, don't just focus on the percentage, because some, like, where is it? Like CLM. Now it pays a great dividend, 17.2%, but there's quite a bit of that dividend percentage that is a return of capital. Now, if you hold it for that, you know, if it's 17.2, let's take the value, 72 divided by 17.2, so it's going to take you 4 years. So if you held it for 4 years, it wouldn't really matter if your capital is returned to you or not, right, in the form of dividend. But if you're a short holder on this, you know, you're not making, maybe you're only making half that. That's still pretty good. I can't remember what the exact amounts are because they change constantly, but just knowing what you're playing with makes a difference. Now, some are straight pure dividends. Now, some are not. Some do not return capital. The majority of them don't return capital. This is just one, but this thing's been around, Cornerstone Strategic Value, and I think the other one, its sister CEF, is CRF. They've been around since 1973. So I mean, these, I'm not telling you to go out and, you know, fill your portfolio full of it, but, you know, you need to understand scale. If you understand the scale, what happened here? Oh, this thing needs to be backed up to, is it 5? No, maybe it was 115. I don't remember. Somehow it got changed. But yeah, don't just focus on the percentage, because some of these lower percentage ones are going to have higher prices, as you can see here, but their dividend amount is higher. So you got to know the balancing act there. But overall, as long as it's paying over $1.20 per year, we basically call it good. Here, see up here, the majority. Now you see this one here, HIE is down to 57 cents. Well, it's actually climbing. Let's see when it changed. So it went from 56 to 57.6, or 0.576 cents per share per year. So what do we got here? So it moved to 4. See what happened here. Okay, so it changed January 1st. I didn't even notice that. So January 21st, it changed to 5 cents, right? Before that, it was 56, or for. So it's actually going up in value. So there's maybe a reason why that might be going up, because people are saying, hey, that's a little bit higher percentage on my money. And when I say people, I'm talking institutions. Institutions love CEFs, and they're in and out of them. They like the dividend amount because it's high. What are they paying you? 0.5%. They throw their money in at 5.7. It's safe because they don't move much, right? Look, from here in 6 months, it's moved $3 versus something like FANG, right? FANG has moved in 6 months from 30 to 85, so 55. So a big difference. Where people get into trouble is they're putting way too much in each trade, and it's fine that you're adding to your position once you've established your mean or your average cost. But if you're just like, no, I'm just going to stick the money in there and whatever happens, happens, that's not a plan. That's hope. Hope is not a plan. All right, so yeah, not much going on. We've only had the one sale, so we're going to stick with our rule. It's not set in stone, but I try to stick to this. This week has been, except for maybe Monday, we had, decent, 28 and 67, 78 coming in dividends. Now, these are all predetermined, the dividends. You don't plan this, right? This is just what's going on. So we have, 514.37 to come into our dividend total. So we know that we're at about 1,400. So we still have some more days, like tomorrow we have DX paying, so there's going to be dividends coming in. So that's going to add to your dividend accumulation account. And to be paid, let's just take a look. So DX is going to be paid on June 1st. So it's not going to show up on this month's statement or in this month's chart that we have up there, but it's being paid tomorrow. It's going to record on the 24th, so you got to hold it till at least the 24th. And they're going to pay you on the 1st. And it's 13 cents per share. And we only have 10 on, I guess, 2 different accounts. So that'd be, $1.30 to $2.60 total. So just add that to the account. And you have a lot of CEFs that all pay at the same time. It's just different days. I don't know why they do it the way they do it. Don't really care as long as they pay. So just be careful, though, knowing when to get in. You can't buy this tomorrow. You can't buy DX tomorrow and expect to get paid. You have to own it before they open. Now, I don't know. I've never looked into it because I don't go that stupid with it. I don't know if it's going to pay you beforehand or not. But we've got this down to as small of an account that we can do. Anything under 100,000 is game. All right, so you treat it the same up to 100,000. If you get FOMO and you keep, putting more money in and don't have enough cash in the event that something is going to happen and come down, if you're making 15% on just the money that you have invested, you sure as hell better have some cash sitting back here. Right? We got 18,000 and waiting to be deployed into this account just for regular trading. Right? And this one here, the same thing. Well, there's actually 2 accounts into this one portfolio, but so it adds up to 62 total, but you got another 21,000 sitting there waiting to be deployed. Well, we don't even have to think about it. So we let the scan take care of it, and we say, okay, this is what we're going to do. So look at FNF. That's one that, did we buy that today? Yeah, we bought that today. So it's charging up. Now, I don't know where it's going. It might hit it, might not. It could drop like a rock tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. So we only have 4 shares involved in it, right? It's paying basically 3%. It's kind of mid-range. Well, I don't know if that's low or mid-range in this market, but just under $50 per share. So max shares are going to be in the, anywhere from 35 to 45, 44 range. We always round up. Yeah, so a little bit of green on there, but nothing really standing out. And I don't go looking to see what's gonna, I don't sit there and stare at, come on, go up, 71.45, got another dollar. You sit there staring at that, you're wasting your time. Do something else. Read a book, do something. Don't pay attention to your dividend paying stocks as far as watching them, trying to will them to do something. The markets have a mind of their own. It's driven by institutions, individuals, trading, all the things that you have no control over. So you do the things that you can control, like not taking losses, by keeping your accounts small. I'm saying your position small, and let the dividends grow. I'm telling you, once you hit the 100,000 mark, and then you can start going up to the 20% mark, you're going to freak out. Now, some of you are still working, and I get that. Put, whatever you want into the market, put it into that cash account and let it grow. But just don't be impatient. I run into this all the time with people that we've taught. Do not get impatient. Let the market decide for you. Once you look at it this way, if you're making 15% and you make $1,500 in 1 month off dividends and payments, right? You think about that, that's a part-time job making $25,000, 25 to $30,000 a year. When you move up into the 20% level, just double it. Now you're making 60 on a part-time job, 50 to 60. It's that simple. And if you don't believe me, just watch. Just watch and see what we're doing. But it's more simple than you think, but you have to have patience, and you got to get out of this mindset that your money has to all be in the market at the same time. If you know how to manage it, you can make more than you know. It's just all market conditions. If the market's coming down, guess what? We look at this and we say, yeah, market's coming down, so what are we going to have? No or very few profitable trades, right? So what are you going to be collecting? Dividends, right? So it's at 333, and we know we've got another 514. So that's 800 in 1 month. So that's another just under 12,000, 11,000 something a year, right? That's if the market stays down for a year. That's no trading profits. That's on, and you have how much money in the market? Half of your earnings. So now here's the beauty. If you have these small positions and you're making $800 in a month, if the market comes down 50%, what are you doing? You look at this not BTZ, let's look at one of these more expensive ones, like FNF. We just bought that today, right? So here's your 50% market, 40.17. So if you're making that much in dividends, and let's say you can buy all of these, right? You just doubled your dividend payment. So now you're making $1,600 when the market's down. It's that simple. But for you that are picking up on this and you're watching the videos, tell your friends about it. Don't be that guy that thinks you're going to outsmart everybody. Let everybody in on the deal. You'll be surprised. It comes back. It's called karma. That's why I'm sharing this with people. People are impatient. They want that lottery ticket. If you want a lottery ticket, go down to your grocery store or your gas station and pick up a lottery ticket. Lose $2. Don't lose your portfolio value. It's 175 million to 1. The stock market's 50-50. It's how you manage your money that matters. Do not take losses. Do not lose money. That's the key. Yeah, but it's like dead zone here. But let's talk a little bit about the cryptos. We hadn't changed from this morning. Looks like we had a total of 7 trades on BTC, LTC, ETH, and BCH. So 7 into, let's just divide it up here. 126.74 divided by, when I say 7. So 18.11 per trade in profit. if you can do this every day, and I'm not saying you can with cryptos, because cryptos right now, I mean, they're real volatile there. So in the last 3 days on that, all these moves down, we were able to, bring in quite a bit of cash, but we stay with our same position sizing because it's based on how much money we have in Coinbase. And that portfolio, that's the only four we trade in Coinbase. Okay, I'm not going to dump any more cash. I mean, I could put $250,000 in there and be stupid, right? But what for? At the chance to lose it, right? So if you stay small, I think we're risking $2,372 to come out with 5%. You got to keep your position small. Crypto, because I keep it small, especially now, if it was paying dividends, oh yeah, it'd be going bigger, right? But I'm not selling anything. I haven't lost a dime in crypto. I don't care that I bought, 1% at 60. So I spent $600 up high, right? And I've been spending $300 down low and taking 5% all day long. Once you understand the numbers, you can be successful in the markets. But everybody gets stuck on that. I need to make 100%. I need to put all my money into this one because Jim Cramer told me to do it. I just bought this charting package and it said buy. You need to understand your numbers. If you don't understand math, hire a tutor, learn it, watch and understand, learn it. I mean, it's the most important thing in your life is numbers. Everything around you is made up of numbers, but everybody wants a visual cue. They want that chart. There's nothing wrong with looking at the chart just to see where you're at. But all this information off to the left here is meaningless. What you're focused on is this number right here. You're at 1968. This is what you're willing to sell it for, 21.55, and you're willing to buy some more at 17.67. You'll see this over and over and over and over. Your numbers could look different from mine. What you decide to buy at, what you decide to sell at, doesn't matter. If you're following me on the trades, which I don't have a problem with that, I'm not telling you to do it, but if you want to follow, that's fine. You'll get out before I do, because as long as you're not using IBKR, which is Interactive Brokers Pro version, because I still have to pay $1 per side. I've been with them for 27 years, something like that. And so I'm willing to do that just because their platform is stable, have no issues. And most platforms now, you don't even have to pay commission. I mean, I have accounts with TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Merrill Lynch. Shit, I can't remember all of them, but I have to go through them. But I look at them at night. I don't waste my time during the day messing with them, right? Because it's just too much. I'd rather, trade some crypto, and all I have to do is go in and set a buy order. This is for educational purposes here. When you look at what I'm doing here, what am I doing? Am I trading? I'm waiting on a signal, right? And it's not some, black box signal. I just have predetermined prices. I have alerts sitting in there. And, maybe I have a trailing buy that's active. We can look at those. You can look down. Where's the, we're going to run out of time here, but yeah, we still got 7 minutes. Let's go back over the mosaic. Okay, we can look down here. We got buy limit in here, right? Down here, 29.27. It's a 50% pullback mark. See if we have any trailings left in here. Yeah, there's a trail. PBT. That trail has been on there for a while. Doesn't move much, so it may not get hit before it expires. Or what do they say? So that ETN hit earlier today. That was a trail, right? So we picked that up. And what else we got? I think that's about it. We got Mosaic on the other accounts. Yeah, flat day for us, market kind of looked like the overall market's moved up. You never know what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow's Friday. It's usually a slow day. But we'll see what the cryptos do. Let's take a quick look at them, see where they're at. And we're back up over 40 on the BTC. We're looking to close at 41,559. We still got about another $1,200 to go. Ethereum 2806. We're looking to close at 29.85, probably for like the umpteenth time. That one we profit the most off of. It's going to be like 27, another 27.14. Maybe we can get a couple more in before the 8 o'clock hour. That's your day. That's what our day. I did this one based on this morning stuff. I just wanted to get it started, but I'm going to keep recording day-to-day totals, and then I'll have like grand total, which you can make off cryptos just being smart and using scale. Because the hoodlers that are sitting there, they're not making any money. I mean, they're buying something, hoping, right? They're hoping that it goes somewhere. And maybe it does go to $1 million, you know. But I'm not so foolish to sell everything I've got, right? Because it's already paid for. Plus, I was lucky or smart enough to get in 2013. So yeah, and so we're at 210 on Litecoin. We're looking to close that at 224. And Bitcoin Cash 811. Bitcoin Cash hasn't paid us in 13 hours, so we need it to go to 968. So we're just waiting. So we can look and see. There's our new chart we just threw together. It's not a chart. It's just a, well, I guess you call it an Excel spreadsheet. So you can look at it and decide if that's something you want to put up and look at. But I would highly recommend you get used to keeping track. If you want to use pen and paper, that's fine. It's just a lot easier to use an Excel spreadsheet. Just knock out your stuff. There's nothing to it once you figure it out. Yeah, so it was 44, not 74. So we're just, Bitcoin says 2 trades. It's like 8 o'clock this morning, but we'll be more accurate on what we actually made. I mean, I can go back, and this total is, I think, a little over 500, maybe 400, somewhere around there. There's quite a few more trades that happened before this, but on this same date, because it starts at 8. Let me look and see what it is exactly. So yeah, it's 20 Eastern Daylight Time, so 8 o'clock this evening. That's the switch over on days. So the 21st starts on, I was saying 19th. So 19th to the 20th. So I guess the 20th starts at 8 o'clock tonight. So whatever, you get the idea. The date doesn't really matter, but you can see it there. It's not like we're going to hold on to this one. But what we'll do, I guess we need to have like a weekly total. So let me spread that out a little bit. We'll just take yeah, I can't do that. Dang it. Just blank it out. So what we'll do is just put whatever today's total is at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll put it in here, and then you have the date right here, so you'll be able to see it. So we'll just underline that, bold it, right? So for that day, and then we'll come down here. We can always spread this out a little bit. It's not a big deal. Just add a couple rows. We should, if you get a lot of trades, yeah, you're going to have a huge sheet, but we'll still keep the weekly total. But Monday will be, a better day to actually, see that happen. Yeah, because we'll just keep showing that, and how you can trade something that's a little bit more volatile with less money. You don't have to be so scared that and you definitely don't want to go big. Now, if you're going to be a hoodler, I don't care what you do. You know, that's not what we're about. I mean, we do hold, but we're not a hoodler. Hey, if there's a point to everything, it's to take profit. If you're afraid of paying taxes, then you'll never make any money. But yep, other than that, looks like we ended up on just another flat day for us, which is fine. I mean, I would say flat from the trading side on the equity side, but as far as the cryptos go, we've done pretty well. So we'll see what tonight brings. We got about another 4 hours I'll be working at. Get on the bike, do a workout, eat some dinner, and sit down, watch and see, post whatever happens at the end of the day at about 8 o'clock tonight, but I got other things to do. Got to look at all those other accounts. That's just a quick run through, set some sell limits. If any alerts got hit, put in some buy orders to, start tomorrow. And we go through the same system again. But that's all there is to it. Hope you learned something off of it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at T1 Recon Rider. Don't be shy. I won't bite. Anyways, later.